Am I the asshole for always getting stuck as the designated driver in my friend group and not once being asked to pay for drinks? So I, 27 and here's what happened. We've got a pretty tight-knit group of friends, including Idris, Callie, and Hudson. When we hit up bars or go out to clubs, it's always me who agrees to drive everyone home. I mean, it's just easier that way, less stress for all of us, right? So far, so good. Last night was no exception. We headed to this new spot downtown after a few beers, and as usual, I offered to drive the group home. They were all excited about trying out some new cocktails, which is great, but it's also not exactly cheap. Callie mentions that their favorite drink of the night costs $12 a shot, while Hudson swears by a $15 glass of whiskey on the rocks. Meanwhile, Idris just keeps ordering rounds and doesn't even bother to ask if we're all good with covering my drinks. We go back for another round, and I make sure everyone's aware that we need to keep my tab under control, no more than $20 a drink for me. It's not like it's an issue or anything, it's just common sense. But do they care? Nope. They just shrug it off, saying something about, we're all about sharing the love, whatever that means. To make matters worse, when we finally leave the bar and I'm sipping on my own drink at home, I notice Hudson casually texting me asking if he can come over to watch a game. Meanwhile, Callie's got her phone glued to her ear and doesn't even acknowledge me, just humming along to whatever music she's listening to. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for expecting my roommate Jasper to pay his share of utilities when he stopped contributing and then told me it was just a mistake? So I, 24 have been living with Jasper in our shared apartment for about 6 months now, and we've always gotten along pretty well. We split all the bills evenly, or so I thought. About 2 weeks ago, I got a bill from our electricity provider that showed Hannah's name as the only one responsible for paying her share. When I asked Jasper if he knew anything about it, he told me it was just a mistake and that he would take care of it right away. A few days later, I sent him a text reminding him again to pay his share, but he just ignored me. That's when I realized that he hadn't been paying at all. Instead, I've been covering the entire amount for both Hannah and himself. When I confronted him about it, he got defensive and said that I was overreacting and that he would sort it out eventually. Eventually became my new catchphrase after that conversation. The thing is, we have a written agreement that outlines how all bills should be split, and Jasper's share is not even close to what he's been not paying. He owes me about $150 for the electricity bill alone, plus another $50 for our rent. I've tried talking to him about it multiple times, but he just keeps brushing it off. I'm starting to feel like I'm taking on all the financial burden of this apartment, and it's getting frustrating. I don't know if I should just cut my losses and start looking for a new place, or if I should try to work something out with Jasper. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for feeling blindsided and betrayed when my parents gave my childhood bedroom to my younger sibling without telling me? So I'm 23 now, still living with my parents in their house that they bought 15 years ago. I've always thought of it as a safe space, something just mine. My parents have been pretty hands-off when it comes to money and stuff, so I never expected any handouts from them. Growing up, my bedroom was basically untouched, no major renovations or anything. It still got that old bunk bed and the same worn-out carpet. I never really felt like it needed a ton of work or any updates. My parents just kind of left it as is. When I went to college, they helped me move in for free since we were living together, but they didn't say anything about my room. When I came back from school, I was expecting maybe some welcome back gifts or something, nothing major, just the usual stuff. But instead, I walked into my room and Sloane was moving all my old furniture out of it. My parents were standing there with huge smiles on their faces, telling me that they decided to give her my childhood bedroom for her birthday. I'm not sure what happened in the last few months, maybe something came up, or maybe Vera just got tired of listening to my complaining about how I never had a place to hang out. All I know is that it was a slap in the face, because I've been paying rent on time and doing all the household chores for years. Sloane said she loved me and was super grateful, but honestly, I'm still trying to process why they'd do something like this without even talking to me about it. My parents just kept saying that Vera needed a place to call her own and that we could use the space for ourselves when Sloane moves out. Yeah, right. It feels like they're treating us like equal siblings or something, which is just not how I see it. I know I'm being petty, but this whole thing feels like a betrayal. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my friend Jasper that his business idea was a bad investment opportunity and now he's cut me off? So and here's what happened. I've been friends with Jasper since college, and we've always had each other's backs. Lately, though, he's been pushing his new business idea to anyone who will listen, including me. The concept is a chain of restaurants serving only vegan food, which I thought was a weird niche even for the health-conscious crowd in our city. Jasper was convinced it would be a goldmine, and he asked me to help him come up with a financial plan. I told him that from a purely mathematical standpoint, his projections were way off the mark. He'd assumed people would shell out $10 for a vegan cheeseburger, which is basically just a portobello mushroom cap on a bun, while I pointed out that even at $5, that was a tough sell. I suggested he reconsider his pricing and focus on creating more appealing menu items. At first, Jasper got defensive, but after some back and forth, we agreed to meet up with our friend Nadia, who's into sustainable business models, to hash it out. Nadia's input only seemed to confuse things. She saw potential in the concept as a way to create jobs for underemployed individuals. I appreciated her enthusiasm, but I still didn't see how anyone would pay $15 for a vegan sushi roll that tastes like cardboard. Jasper got frustrated and told me I was just being negative and close-minded. We ended up not meeting with Nadia after all. After that conversation, Jasper hasn't spoken to me since. He stopped calling or texting me, and even unfollowed me on social media. It feels like a weird vendetta now, as if I single-handedly ruined his business dreams. But honestly, I think he overreacted. I'm not trying to crush his aspirations, I just want to help him make informed decisions. Am I the asshole?